So one movie that I keep recommending everyone to watch has now been re-released in theaters last week. I genuinely believe that Gangs of Wasseypur is one of a kind, and there are only two things associated with this movie. Either you have loved it or you haven't watched it. And I'm pretty sure that even Anurag Kashyap sir will not be able to create the same magic again like this movie. So getting back on the re-release, so the strong reason why the trend of the re-releasing of the old films works and is a different kind of investment for the theaters is because this strategy helps to maintain a balance between old films and the new releases. Re-releasing old films certainly gives audience an opportunity to relive the nostalgia and the magic of their favorite films to experience on the big screen. Apart from all the films that got re-released past week, Gangs of Wasseypur was one of them. So hello everyone, thanks for tuning into Cine Samvad. So today we try to talk about few of the cinematic and filmmaking aspects of the movie and why Gangs of Wasseypur still holds strong among the viewers in 2024. See, the thing is that almost all of the actors who have played the various characters in this two-part film are someone who has already made it big in the industry with their great movies and web shows and have presented their range of acting across various projects. Honestly, in my opinion, Gangs of Wasseypur is the best revenge saga and a gangster drama in Indian cinema, spread across two films. It was originally got released in 2012 and in recent times as well, it is a cult classic for a reason. The film is largely popular among the masses because of its gritty portrayal of the characters and situations and the gang rivalries within Dhanbad and Wasseypur, which involves the local mafia, characters' realistic portrayals and their raw dark humor. Honestly, it was definitely worth a watch on the big screen, as it provides and insinuates that raw energy inside you. And it was for sure a completely different experience in the theater in comparison to watch the same film on any OTT platform. As the nostalgia strikes back and drives everyone back to theaters upon the film's re-release, it is indeed sad that this film actually didn't get its due deserved credit when it got released originally in 2012. This film has undeniably cemented its place as a groundbreaking filmmaking and storytelling. And this film is the cultural phenomenon that has truly reshaped the Indian cinema. Now, if we try to explore about the pointers that has made this film so special, groundbreaking and a cult classic among audiences, then firstly, I'll discuss about its unconventional characterization. In a film, the most important job of a writer is to create their characters from the ground up level, to explain who they are and what they can do. Characterization is literally the process through which a filmmaker communicates the nuances of the character to the audience. This is mostly achieved through the characters' actions, dialogues and their descriptions, and a filmmaker just should not go wrong on this part, because character is someone who can make or break a film. Usually, majority of the gangster films typically has one lead character and the film mainly focuses on single protagonist's rise and fall. But this is not the case here, as this film follows a multi-generational approach to tell a story, spanning over several decades and features a wide range of characters with diverse motivations and personalities. Unlike the usual stylized action scenes and glorified representations of gangsters in movies, this film at its core opts for gritty and realistic portrayal of its characters. Be it Sardar Khan, Ramadhir Singh, Sultan or Faisal Khan. The characters are deeply flawed and they actually make mistakes, and the film shows all of this in the goofiest way possible. All of the characters in the film evolves over time, and the film actually gives you a chance to breathe and connect with those iconic characters, and all this gives you an idea of their actions and their long-term impacts. The target and actions of the characters are not merely for the revenge, but mainly they were for their personal vendettas, satisfaction and their survival in the mafia. And the film tells you all this about the characters by deep diving into their everyday lives and showing their vulnerabilities.
मजा आ रहा है? मजा आ रहा है? सुन के बताओ मंत्री जी नाश्ता में क्या खाए हैं?
जोरू का माँ?
Another pointer of the film is its storytelling aspect. The movie starts on a note of a typical gangster revenge thriller, but the route that this film takes to tell a story is way more layered and deeper, unlike any other film of this genre. The story unfolds itself over several decades, from 1940s to 2000s, and by this time, we get introduced with so many characters and each one of them is iconic. The film follows a multi-generational narrative, which I believe is still very difficult and challenging for any filmmaker to execute effectively. as it is not easy to show and explore multiple generations of families escalating their feuds organically and how those actions influence their subsequent generations. Divided into two parts, the film unfolds its events in a serial-like format by spending so much time with each of the characters, mainly by integrating local culture, their authentic dialects and customs, which provides that authentic representation of the region and motives of the characters. This complex tale of revenge, power and crime are actually explored by including dark humor and the organic interactions between the realistic characters of the story. The storytelling approach which this film follows was actually very unlikely in the Indian cinema, and this is why this film still holds strong among the viewers. And I truly believe that it is a gift from the director Anurag Kashyap sir to the commercial cinema.
हमारे बेटे दानिश को कुछ हो जाता ना, इतना गोली मारते कि आपका ड्राइवर भी खाली खोखा बेच-बेच के रईस बन जाता.
Further, let's talk about the film's perfectly placed soundtrack. Honestly, the film's soundtrack plays the integral part in its popularity and cultural influence. I truly admit that even today, I haven't experienced a soundtrack like that in any gangster film or any other film. It is truly remarkable and groundbreaking, which uses the traditional Indian folk music with contemporary sounds, which provides the cultural authenticity and regional flavor, and helps the film to remain grounded in its local setting. The soundtrack of the film truly advances the narrative by pushing the story forward through its songs, which possesses central themes such as revenge in Teri Keh Ke Lunga,
रस भीगे सौदे का ये खूनी अंजाम तेरी कह के लूंगा
or showcasing Mon in Yaad Teri Aayegi,
याद तेरी आएगी मुझको बड़ा सताएगी.
and also with the character specific songs such as Kala Re,
काला रे सया काला रे.
and through soundtracks that playfully addresses the theme of power and authority like Kasam Paida Karne Wale Ki.
तुझको भी ना छोड़ेंगे हम कसम पैदा करने वाले की.
So the soundtrack and score of the film really sets the mood with the upbeat music, which heightens the ongoing drama and truly adds that emotional depth and sometimes absurdity to the actions of the characters and violent scenes. Hence, Gangs of Wasseypur truly distinguishes itself from the other gangster movies in the race, mainly because of its realistic and multi-layered portrayal of characters, its socio-political commentary with smartly blending the dark humor in the screenplay, its portrayal of a small town and its emphasis on local mafia and their nuances gives Indian cinema new light in this gangster revenge drama genre. As prior to this film, the industry was predominantly catered to urban audiences, often neglecting the stories of India's rural and semi-urban areas. Gangs of Wasseypur's success has highlighted the demand for such narratives and paved the way for filmmakers to take a risk in making these kind of stories that explore the socio-economic realities of the smaller towns of India. So finally, that concludes my experience and few thoughts on the Gangs of Wasseypur's cult status and a reaction on its re-release in theatres. You too, please share your thoughts in the comment section of the video about this film and let's have a healthy discussion around it. Also, if you have enjoyed this discussion, so please show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel for more content ahead. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at CineSamvad for short reviews and cinematic insights. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next one. Cheers.